When I was a little kid watching The Simpsons, I never fully understood how huge this show once was. I'd watch it occasionally and I liked it, but I missed out on when it was massive. No one at my school watched it, they all watched Family Guy. But back then, and still to this day, over 30 seasons in, there was always one time of year where it still felt like a big deal. Every year's Treehouse of Horror episode always feels like an event, and nowhere did that feel more true than at Burger King in October 2001 and 2002. Fast food toys are usually seen as pretty disposable, but there was a time when a Burger King promotion used to mean something. 1999's Pokemon the First Movie event is maybe the most iconic just for how ambitious it was. 57 different toys, collectible trading cards, luxury Pokeballs containing golden cards. This whole thing was just so extra. Burger King knew when they had something special on their hands, and every now and then you got a promotion that really went the extra mile. And the nostalgia for these is deeply rooted into our minds. Burger King Yu-Gi-Oh! The First Movie video coming 2026. These were awesome. Anyway, the 2001-2002 Simpsons sets are on that list of elites for me, and being as financially irresponsible as I am, I own all of these, so let's talk about them. I think 2002 was the more interesting year, with toys referencing actual episodes, but we should start at the beginning. 1989. 1989? Yeah, I guess Burger King and The Simpsons actually go way back. Every couple years they do another promotion. But I have no personal nostalgic connection to these, so just kidding. Let's skip ahead to 2001, the first time they did Halloween-themed Simpsons toys.
Whoa, Milhouse, that frozen black cherry's turned your tongue black. My tongue's black too.
Ooh, let me try.
Hey,
Let's have black tongue.
This Halloween, the Simpsons are at Burger King. Now in every big kid's meal you can get a Simpsons spooky light up. They gleam, there is scream, and you can collect all 15 at Burger King. Where else?
Yeah, 15 total toys. Not as ridiculous as Pokemon's 57, but this was still more than your standard BK set. Each one is a Simpsons character dressed in a Halloween costume. They all come on a stand with a rotating gravestone that has some joke on it, but the instructions assure me that these are removable for more playtime fun, meaning you can just take them off the stand. You know, I own all 15 of these things. This is a tier list video now, we're ranking them. Most of these are very similar. It's what you'd come to expect from fast food toys, but the figures are actually pretty decent quality. They really don't look bad. Of the more generic ones, Zombie Skinner is my favorite. So many of these are dressed up in costumes, but like, that's a zombie. He's dead. He really has no business being in A tier, but I like Skinner and this toy is funny. Grandpa is also kinda neat, just because you can take his vampire cape off. That's sorta cool. Milhouse is dressed as Radioactive Man. That's also pretty neat. These guys are going in B tier. Sure, the tiers don't really matter. I'll throw Mr. Burns here too, just because he has this robot that looks kind of like Mr. Smithers. Apu as well, the big pumpkin is kind of funny, and he comes with a squishy machine. Barney, Flanders, and Willie are all going in C tier. These are good quality figures, but there's not a whole lot to say about them. Not too interesting, but they get the job done. The worst of these is Dr. Hibbert, who is dressed as a doctor. This one's just kind of lame. All they did was give him a little bone-chilling guy. Still a fine enough figure. It's not bad, but D tier. For Doctor, Krusty has a much bigger stand made up to look like a stage, which is a cool detail. Tonight's show is gonna bite. This is another vampire for some reason. I feel like the cape should come off, it feels like it's going to, but I also feel like I'm definitely gonna break it if I try. Homer has a slightly more unique stand to many of the others. This one's probably the least interesting of the big six. I just really like the Homer figure. Unlike Krusty, they made this one actually look very different from the other zombie in the collection. Fresh from the grave. Mmm, gravy. Homer Simpson, you are so funny. Both of these are going in A tier with Principal Skinner. Maggie is dressed up as a little bat and has a big pumpkin that also has a pacifier. And it lights up when you turn it. This is pretty cool. Bart is by far the best of the gravestone ones. He's posed up with his own skull, which is awesome, slightly disturbing, but awesome. This one glows in the dark too. I like this one a lot. Lisa is the only one who doesn't have anything that turns, but it does feature a light-up snowball, so points for that. Her ghost costume also snaps off into two pieces, giving you a normal Lisa figure for the non-Halloween season. They do this exact two-piece ghost costume for Penelope in the Hamtaro set 2 years later, so extra points for being the precursor to Hamtaro. But the best of the best, it's Marge. This figure's just so funny. She's cooking this weird glowing slime creature, she's got oven mitts on, that goofy smile. This one's just good. Aside from just the figures, I also have this Burger King activity book from the time of this promotion. Wait, look, I was right, Skinner's just dead. Oh no! This is awesome, I would love to find out who made all of these Burger King ads. Oh hey, Season 1's on DVD. According to this, kids under 3 would receive sassy toddler toys instead, which is lame, but I get it. Choking hazard. But also, these were recalled because the toys would break and the beads would come out, so it's a choking hazard regardless. The activity book also includes jokes on the inside. So, what is a ghost's favorite ride? A roller coaster. Why did the skeleton not cross the street? It didn't have any guts. It's funny! It's like The Simpsons, it's funny like The Simpsons! I think 2002 was the better of the 2 years. Not just because of the toys, but like 1999's Pokemon promotion with the gold cards that you could buy extra, they were selling talking Simpsons watches during this time frame. I actually own one of these watches. This is over 20 years old now, so I don't know how well it's going to work, but let's give it a shot.
Cool your jets, man. I'm Bart Simpson. Don't have a cow, man. Eat shorts, man. I'm Bart Simpson. Eat Burger King Whopper from Burger King. Bart Simpson.
I think I need to change the battery. Well, at least the box is alright. It's not quite as luxurious as the giant Pokeball from a couple years ago, but it's still pretty cool. Well, let's get to the real good stuff.
Humans, we've come for your freaky floats.
What's the magic word?
Well, blast your puny planet to smithereens!
It was trick or treat.
I was going to say that next. Orange and vanilla, this will please the Alien Federation.
The Simpsons are back haunting Burger King. Now in every big kid's meal you can get a Simpsons creepy classic. Each has a kooky spooky scream. You can collect all 10 if you dare.
Only 10 toys this year, but some of these actually reference specific Treehouse of Horror episodes, and it's so cool to get figures from these. The face of this promotion is King Kong Homer from Treehouse 3. He's all over the advertisements, the bag for each of the toys, the instruction booklet for each of the toys, and Marge is just sitting there like... Marge is even on the toy if you look closely enough. Even though the episode's black and white, they made her hair blue so you can tell it's supposed to be Marge. Each toy in this set also has a stand, but instead of a gravestone, they have a little TV where you can change the image. King Homer's eating a burger, but it's actually a burger from the roof of a burger place, and he's giant. Are we still ranking these? I don't know, S tier. Yeah, I like this one. It's cool. Kang! I had this one as a kid. I loved this one. It was one of my favorite Burger King toys. There's really absolutely nothing to say about this one, but I'm nostalgic for it, so it's going to the top of S tier. This is my list, you can't stop me. Wolfman Flanders. This one's weird. It's really like squishy and flexible. You can bend him around a bit, so that's sort of fun. I don't know if this was intentional. I think so. It's also likely that this is just a really old toy in really bad shape, and it's just kind of like melted and molded. I don't know. If anyone else had this toy, let me know if it's supposed to feel like this. None of the others feel like this. Anyway, this is from Treehouse of Horrors 10. This also appeared in the mobile game Simpsons Tapped Out, which is weird. I'm pretty sure that's getting shut down soon also. Willy is a swamp monster. As far as I can tell, this isn't a reference to anything. You can move his arms a little bit. This one's kind of squishy, but not quite on Flanders level. But also this one just kind of looks stupid. D tier. Giant Lisa Simpson. I think this is a reference to Treehouse 5 where Homer travels back in time, accidentally kills a fish, creates a future where Lisa and Bart are giants. As a figure, it doesn't really work being the same size as the rest of them. It's not super clear what's happening here. This kinda just looks like Lisa. C tier. Sure, okay. So editor's note, I'm actually stupid. When you put this toy with the stand and everything, you can absolutely tell what's happening. So yeah, actually like bump it up a tier. I don't know what I was talking about, don't listen to me. Bart has a Godzilla costume. This doesn't reference a specific episode. Bartzilla appeared in the comic, but not until the following year. So the closest I can tell, this is a Bart's Nightmare reference. That's all I got. Personally, if it was up to me, I would have picked the Raven Bart from the original Treehouse of Horror, but also, I was like 4 years old. I wasn't really qualified to make these decisions. B tier, I guess? Yeah, for Bart. Marge as Bride of Frankenstein. This could be a Treehouse 2 reference? I don't know, that feels like a stretch. It's just okay. It's a massive downgrade from last year's Marge, and I mean that literally, this one's just smaller. C tier, for cool. Otto, who is a new character. He wasn't in the ones from last year, so that's already pretty nice. He's a zombie. It's not a reference, but it does fit nicely along 2001's Skinner toy. I'm pretty sure I had this one as a kid too. Professor Frink, another new one for 2002, as the Invisible Man. This one's alright. I like the transparent plastic, but this one just looks like Manny Heffley. I can't unsee it. I don't know if that puts it at the bottom of the list or the top of the list. This one just exists in limbo somewhere. It's unrankable. I don't know where you put Manny Heffley. Dr. Hibbert is just a doctor again, and this time he's not even bone-chilling, so it's just worse. The TV has a Dr. Hibbert and Mr. Hyde joke, but this is lame. It's just a worse version of 2001's. I give this the exclusive tier of lost underneath the couch for decades. I'm sure my grandkids will find you. From 2001 to 2002, The Simpsons became a Burger King Halloween tradition. These two back-to-back years of Simpsons are among the best fast food promotions Burger King ever had, in my opinion. But come October 2003, The Simpsons were nowhere to be found, because it's Hamtaro time. It would have been awesome to see The Simpsons continue with toys from different Treehouse episodes, but it's a small price to pay for Hamtaro. Look, Hamtaro was on its way out here in the US. Ham Halloween was the last episode we got. This Burger King event felt like kind of a final hurrah. And this one also ended up being one of the best promotions BK ever did. So, I hate to say it, I'm kinda glad we didn't get a third year of The Simpsons. Because while Hamtaro was on its way out, The Simpsons have still been around for 2 decades. And Burger King's brought it back a couple times throughout the years. In 2007, they did a ton of toys for the Simpsons movie, including some characters we didn't get in the ones that I covered. They did more toys in 2008, but in 2011, for the 10th anniversary of the original Simpsons Halloween BK toys, they did, more Simpsons Halloween BK toys. There was a Scratchy? That's so cool! This set actually looks like it was pretty good, but I have no nostalgia connection to them, so I'm not sure I'm really the right person to do a big deep dive into these. Someone else do it. You do it. I don't know. In other news, I got a new battery for my Bart Simpson watch, so let's give it another shot.
Bartman, do Bartman, Bart Simpson, cool jet seat, short sips, Bart Burger King, cow, whopper, short charts, your arm, Bob Burgers, Bob Burgers.